there's like a whole bunch of memes when it first came out about it, just joking about it. And everybody in school were like, oh, no way it's going to come to Gilboa. Like, that means it's really spread. So we kind of just always joked about it.
I guess we were following it in our economics class, but we weren't really concerned.
My math teacher was pulling up all the statistics on the cases and everything in all the rest of the world, so we'd constantly talk about it.
I thought it was like people just making a big deal out of it at first, and I was like, it's nothing big. We had viruses like this before.
I mean, I was like aware of it, but I didn't really think it was going to become what it is now.
Being around like a more rural area, I'm still not too worried about it affecting me like directly, like getting it.
And as soon as I heard like how many people were getting infected with it, I assumed it was something sort of like the plague.
When I first heard about it, I heard it was affecting like the older adults, like the 50 and up. So I was like, oh, that has nothing to do with me.
I don't know. I wasn't too worried about it, and then it progressively started getting worse and worse, and then it started worrying me a little bit.
Honestly, I didn't think it was going to become anything, and just thought it was going to blow over.
I didn't really think too much about it because, just another disease that's going to sweep through probably.
One of my friends from another school is doing an exchange thing in Japan, so I was like worried about her. I was like, oh man, does she have to go home early kind of thing? But I never really thought it would come here.
I honestly thought it was pretty scary because my family is like older, so I just wanted to like really protect them and everything, and just everybody like stay safe.
Once it started to like get bigger, I was in Florida on a vacation to go see my family or whatever, and then all of a sudden they were saying, oh, borders are gonna close, like, and then we were thinking that we were gonna be stuck in Florida.
I felt that it wasn't that big of a deal. Some people are making it more than it needed to be, but I didn't see it as something that serious.
I didn't expect it to actually be so huge. I figured it would just be like a thing that had come and gone in 2020.
I think it was shock at first. We were supposed to go in that Friday and have a conference day, and then all of a sudden it was, no, you need to prep right now for 2 weeks worth of work. It was kind of just all on your own, here you go, drop it in your lap, good luck. Many of us were in that same boat of, oh crap, how are we gonna do this? How are we gonna manage this?
It was like our last softball practice that we had. Our coach was talking about it, and like he goes, well, this could be the last time we practice for a while, just because we might shut down school for 2 weeks. And we all thought it would just be like 2 weeks, just, done and over with.
Well, for the most part, me and my friends were just like, we're going to be out of school for a couple weeks, no biggie. But then we were like, yeah, I think we're going to be out of school for a lot longer than 3 weeks.
Yeah, I came up with chronication. It was, I don't know. When we started, I think like our first week we were out of school. That's what I started calling it.
It was a slow process. It was just 2 weeks and then another 2 weeks and then another and then another until they said we're not reopening this year.
I was kind of upset. Like I thought, oh, okay, a couple weeks, we'll be okay. Be able to go back. Then it got pushed back further and further. And then they told us we couldn't come back. I was upset because, worked so hard to get to here. And now I can't even go to school.
Some of us took it worse than others. Some people cried for days on end, or others just said, hey, I have free time all the time now. So it was like opposite end of the spectrum. But I mean, our teachers were pretty good about it, and they've like figured out how to teach us in different ways.
I've been really stressed out because I'm not the best in school, so being out of school for that long and doing school online kind of hurt me a little bit.
I don't know. I definitely I've gotten used to it. But it was really disappointing. It still is very disappointing that we missed out on a lot.
Well, at first I was thinking that it was going to be very different because I wasn't going to have like the teachers to like go to, and I was going to have to
depend on like emailing them, but I've got like really good at that because I'm getting everything done and everything even before it's due sometimes.
It was really hard. One day thinking we were going to see each other the next day to being at home, online, and with being in my BOCES program, that transition, it was really hard, but, it was really successful and we were able to keep going and keep doing our studies, and we can still see face to face even though it's through a computer screen, but
They set up Google Classrooms. They try to be involved as much as possible with helping kids, with learning and all the stuff they're bringing home.
Our superintendent and our principal actually had buses, like drop us off our things and drop us off schoolwork.
There were like maybe 2 or 3 teachers that would send it in the bus deliveries. They did rounds twice a week on like Tuesdays and Fridays. They would take all of your work, put them in a garbage bag, and leave it at the end of your driveway.
Once they turned to online, they gave students chances to get used to it.
We were teaching ourselves, we were messaging each other, how do you make this work, how do you do this?
Our math teacher, she sends home a video of what we were supposed to learn like that day in math class, and then we have a huge packet that we just write down our notes in, and then there's some homework usually.
When I wake up and my brain's like, you want to do the work, you have to do the work. I do all the work for a day, then I don't do it for a week or two. Then I do all the work in a day, don't do it for a week or two. That's how I've been doing it.
Usually I'm home around 8, 9 o'clock at night every school day. So being here all the time is crazy.
The teachers are really good at communicating and really good at answering emails and everything. So it's honestly been a pretty easy transition.
It's an adjustment. In some ways it's easier and in some ways it's a lot harder. But we're almost done, so just gotta keep pushing through. At Gilboa, all the teachers know almost everything about you, and they're all really caring. They're always here for you if you need anything.
When you go to a smaller school, I think actually your education is better when you go to a smaller school. You get more of a personalized learning experience. So if you need help, your teacher can actually take time out of their day to help you. Everyone's a friend, and you know all your teachers, and you know your teachers' parents and your friends' parents, and everyone. It's, I don't know, it's just cool.
I do know that a lot of our teachers talk to us as if we were their own kids, feeling really bad that this is happening kind of thing. They were talking to us about it rather than just being our teachers and, well, you have to do this and you have to do that. It's you could tell that they were trying to make sure that everyone was doing okay.
It's been really unique. I love the small, close-knit, you know everybody, they know you. It's not just a face in a group of kids, you know everybody by their name, and that's why I stayed more closer to home with college and that, because I like that small feeling. It's pretty much we're a family, that's where we consider each other.
Some teachers are almost like a second parent to some of us, but our teachers are really kind, and along with the rest of the staff.
When you're growing up in high school, everybody knows everybody. You're in 3rd grade and you know all the seniors and everything. I don't think I could have pictured myself growing up in a bigger school, honestly. I don't think I could have.
I think all of them are involved in their own way. Some of them might not talk to you every day, but they always are making sure they look out for you. I think all the faculty there definitely support everyone and everything that they do.
I feel like my senior year got cut short with the teachers and with my friends and, graduation and stuff. That's kind of difficult. We're all still figuring things out.
I wasn't going to have my drama club production, which I was really excited for. I wasn't going to have prom.
Senior trip, we were not going to be able to experience. We planned on going to New Jersey, to Wildwood. That was a big shocker to all of us since we spent time fundraising over the years for it. And we all looked forward to going.
We raise money through fundraisers through our school, selling kitchenware, chocolate, and a whole bunch more stuff. I believe it was somewhere close to 15 grand. The money is being split between all of our classmates.
The girls and the boys had started 1 week of baseball, softball practice. That's done.
Yeah, I was upset when the season got canceled, because that's like my favorite sport. So it kind of hurt when I knew I wasn't going to be able to play, and I kept telling people that the season was going to be canceled, and they're like, "Oh, don't think that." I'm like, it's going to happen.
Senior skip day, they're the pros at that right now. The list just goes on and on. The more you think about it, the more you think about, oh, they're missing that too. They're missing the last concert, their last athletic awards banquet, their last creative awards banquet.
I think one of the main things I'm missing is going to BOCES, honestly, because it was just like, it was such an experience over there, and I loved it.
Time together, we're spending, like, making memories, I guess, we're missing out on.
Hey, we're stronger for this. We got through it. And it's just part of life. There's bumps and there's mountains, and this is a mountain.
Senior year, it feels like I don't know where it went. Like, not possibly even having a in-person graduation, possibly it being virtual. It just doesn't feel like the same. 13 years through school, you look forward to walking across the stage and grabbing your diploma.
One of my classmates suggested that because we have 2 soccer fields, we have a lower field and we have an upper field, suggesting doing 10 and 11, like 11 on the bigger field down on the bottom and then 10 on the top, and have the parents sit on the road and so they can watch the graduation.
We've had a few Zoom meetings with our entire class where we talked with administration about some ideas about what we're going to do for graduation. I think right now the plan is we're just going to have the graduate and their parents standing in a field, and then we'll go up to a stage.
Pretty excited.
We got this.
And this is our 90th graduation. Changes were hard to do, but the fact that we are having a graduation with all our seniors and their families, immediate families, is spectacular. And it doesn't break a 90-year tradition. So that's what we're looking forward to. So off we go. Tanya, thanks.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Say goodbye to the Wildcat. The sun always shines in Gilboa. Congratulations, class of 2020. Mr. Savola and I will be reading the diplomas and the awards that the seniors have received. Education Department, the University.
it was just a shock, more or less. Just like your whole way of life has changed. And I mean, I guess it shows that we can get through it, if anything.
Yeah, there could be lessons, I guess, but what, I'm not really sure. But there is something I guess we can get out of this.
I think it'll just have me push myself harder and just find other ways to accomplish things if the one way that I was going to do it is not going to work, and just not take anything for granted, because I mean, we all thought we were going to have a senior year, but now we don't.
I've just learned not to take things for granted, like going to restaurants, going to malls kind of thing, because we used to be able to just get up and go, but you can't really do that anymore.
I learned to cherish literally everything, because I honestly didn't cherish like being able to see my friends every day or being able to have an education kind of thing, but I kind of missed that. So I wish I cherished all the things that happened at school a little bit more.
I learned that people just need to like sack up and stop worrying about themselves and worry about others, and stay home when they're sick and not go out anywhere.
It taught me that I should appreciate more like with what the school does, and just to be like in the moment and not be like, oh, I wish this was all over.
I may have gotten sick of some of the people that I've seen every day, but now that I don't see them every day, I miss them a lot. And it makes me really appreciate actually being able to see my people every day.
Life has kind of changed since this whole thing happened, and I feel like we all kind of took life how it was for granted a little bit.
Have fun. You can't take anything too seriously. It's not really worth stressing over like all the schoolwork and all that stuff. You know, just have fun, make memories.
Stay on track. Don't fall behind. If there's an opportunity, take it. You might be the only one to do it, but just do it.
Take as many pictures as you can. Take pictures with your friends. Take them, because my phone does not have a lot of pictures with my friends at the moment, and I'd really like those memories to be captured. So take pictures, remember everything.
Just be an all-around good person. Don't make enemies, make friends.
I definitely think it's a lesson for the juniors too, that if they do have their senior year, they better enjoy it.
Don't slack off, because procrastination is the enemy. So just don't slack off in schoolwork or sports or anything.
Definitely make the most out of your time at Gilboa. Make those connections with your teachers, your classmates. Always challenge yourself. Always look for new ways to improve. And don't be scared to step outside your comfort zone and go further.
Have fun.
I've been involved in basically all the sports: soccer, basketball, softball, and indoor soccer, and I'm actively in SAD and a whole bunch of different clubs like National Honor Society, and probably one of my favorite classes to take is English. I've always had an inkling towards reading books and writing, which is actually what I want to pursue in college, which is creative writing. I plan to attend SUNY Oswego in the fall of 2020, and I would major in creative writing and hopefully work in a publishing company or become an author in the future. I expect to play like at least intramural soccer or be in like a writing club, or they have a Great Lake Review, which is like a magazine that they publish, just doing other things that I like enjoy. After college, I want to like work in a publishing company, maybe be like a book editor or copy editor, something like that. Just working around books and writing and hopefully becoming an author in time. I definitely write about science fiction. I mean, even I could write something twisted off of this, because, you can do so many different things off of this situation. But I mean, mostly science fiction. I have lots of ideas already.
I was part of the New Vision's healthcare program, and it's just for seniors. They take 10 kids. I got to spend most of my day in the hospital working with professionals and building those connections. I want to be a pediatric nurse, so it's really nice to be a part of that program. I have friendships that'll be there for a lifetime now, and it was really nice. In the fall, I'll be attending Hartwick College. I'll be majoring in nursing, and then hopefully I'll be able to specialize in pediatrics as I get out. I really want to be working in a pediatric hospital or a clinic. Probably I'll be leaving New York and going to somewhere more where they have a bigger pediatric, to be in a bigger city, because a lot of the smaller towns don't have those kind of specialties. I had like an experience when I was littler with some pediatric nurses, and it was just watching them work with the children and that, and with me, and that's what it's like. That is what sparked it. I was like, I want to be a pediatric nurse.
Well, I'm involved with varsity sports. I play basketball and softball. I played JV basketball my 7th grade year. I moved up to varsity softball 8th grade year. And I'm involved with y'all youth as leaders for school. I'm planning on attending Wells College in Aurora for early education. Wells College is in Aurora, and it's actually really small. There's like 500 kids that go there, and it's right next to Cayuga Lake, so it's just a tiny school and it's really nice. I've always wanted to be a teacher. I get to play softball and basketball, and I get to study abroad, so they kind of had like everything I wanted. Wells actually has a huge study abroad program in Italy. They actually have like their own school over in Italy, so I plan on doing that. I'm excited because I've always wanted to go to Italy, like ever since I was little, so it's really great that I actually get to go there and do something that I want to do. I hope to be having a big family in 20 years and with a big house and teaching.
I loved BOCES. It was a totally different environment from school, and there were like all these different schools there, and you met new people, and it was a lot more like go at your own pace rather than 45 minutes of a class like 4 times a day with different classes. It was 2 hours of the same class. I could do things a different way if I wanted to. The program was great. I mean, I love doing photography, and it's always been really fun for me doing all kinds of photo shoots and everything. Like, we do probably 3-4 photo shoots a week. In the future, I want to go into the forensic science field. I will be attending SUNY Delhi in the fall for their criminal justice program, and I'm pretty excited about that. I'm hoping to be an actual forensic scientist, trying to solve the crime from the lab. Like, I would take a bullet or something like that and try to figure out like where it came from and how it hit and like that kind of stuff.
I go over to BOCES and I do culinary. I went to culinary because I like to cook with my future. It would be a backup plan. It wouldn't be like a future job. Before this whole thing happened, we've been doing like breakfast, like different breakfast things like frittatas. I like how that I could create like all these different things. After high school, I'm gonna get a job, and then I was thinking about doing online classes with like early childhood or something, or I'd probably go find like a trade school for heavy equipment. I've always liked to figure out like new stuff with different kind of machines.
I'm involved in basketball, softball, basketball club. I like to study English and I like to study science. English, I don't know, it just kind of intrigues me, and then science, it's just like there's so many different possibilities of everything. It's just like a lot of cool things about it. I plan to go into SUNY Cobleskill for business administration and management. Probably own my own company, cosmetics, because I'm like really into makeup, foundations, eyeshadow, eyeliners, mascara, just basically the whole works. I want to live on the Upper East Side. I hope to have a little dog, and I hope to drive a Range Rover.
I've been playing soccer since 10th grade. I played basketball in 9th grade. I've been part of the chess club and the disc golf club in Gilboa. I've helped my class a little bit with fundraisers. I've also been in 3 years of chorus and 2 years of jazz chorus. Academically, my favorite subject in school is anything involving science. Something about science just pulls me in. I am not going to college this fall if it is sticking with the online curriculum. I just have no drive for it. As a career, I want to be a forest firefighter. Most likely now it's seeming like Northern Vermont University, but previously it was between Hartwick, Paul Smith's, Northern Vermont University, and Colorado Mountain College. I'm just gonna wait. Come winter, I'm probably just gonna find a winter job at a mountain around here. Windham Mountain or Hunter Mountain.
I was in art club for a few years. I switched over to SAD this year. I'm a part of Honor Society too. I mostly like my art classes. I always love the conversations that we have in drawing and painting and ceramics. It's not just always about art, it's also about like life lessons and everything. I basically just like to draw a lot, and I dabble in painting. I just bought an iPad, so I've moved over to digital drawing recently. This year we were doing fun projects like we painted on windows, we chose a famous art piece that we liked, and we tried to recreate it but in our own way. I chose Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh. It came out, I'd say, pretty good, not to toot my own horn. I'm going to be attending Russell Sage College over in Albany for interior design. Along with just drawing and painting, I also like arranging rooms and putting different like patterns together in furniture. I kind of want to move away from New York and just kind of explore a little bit, find somewhere to settle down and start up an interior design business.
One thing I like to study is cooking. I go to BOCES for culinary. This is my last year that I went for, and I learned a lot and I developed pretty well up there. And sports I like to play is mainly softball. I learned how to saute, I learned how to make rice and soups and all that. And then for junior and senior year, we have functions and we just cook the food. We have annual dinners and advisory dinners where we cook food and we serve it to all the adults. I want to continue to study and hopefully sometime in the future to own my own restaurant. I see me having it in like a small town where it's like family friendly, kind of like a little diner. I got accepted to a college that I go to in the fall, Paul Smith's. I would be going there for baking and pastry. Where I would see myself in 10 years, where I would have a family, a house of my own, a nice car, and possibly, hopefully, running my own restaurant or diner.
Sports-wise, I've been playing soccer for a very long time, since before I can remember. I did try basketball at some point because I'm tall-ish, and I was never good at that, so that didn't last very long. Senior year, I just started doing cheerleading, and it's definitely my favorite thing I've ever done in my entire high school career. Since I'm tall and I have super muscles, yeah, I just stand in the back and I lift our flyers. They'll be going out doing the stunts, like, you know, posing and all that, and doing the dances in the air, and I'll just be in the back wheezing as I'm holding them 5 feet in the air. In, I think, 7th grade, I started in the school's drama club, and I've had a few lead roles in there. I wouldn't say I excel at anything, I'm pretty good at most of my classes. That doesn't mean I enjoy them. I hate math. Math is the bane of my existence. Social studies I like because I like knowing random trivia and bringing it up in conversation to show off. Gym is my favorite class. Well, my plans right now, I'm going to University of New Haven in Connecticut. It's like 2.5, 3 hours away, and I'm going to major in music production. I don't know much about music right now. I'm going to learn as much as I can before I go to college about how to make it, and then when I get there, I'm going to learn all of the really important stuff, I assume. And from there, I hope to work in a studio somewhere. What I would really love is to produce my own music, but I know that that's a very hard business, but it would be really cool to at least be able to do that, is my hope.
I do soccer, basketball, softball. I like to play the sports because it gets me involved and moving, and I'm not very good with extra time on my hands. I did art club, soccer club. I'm in SAD now. I go to culinary at BOCES, Ring Gorge. You learn how to cook, saute, cook, sometimes a little baking. We do luncheons from time to time. For the fall, I plan to go to Paul Smith College for baking pastry for 2 years. I might decide to go for culinary for 2 years someplace else though. Paul Smith is in the Adirondacks. It's a bit smaller. It's a private school, like 900 kids total. I plan on playing soccer there. My work life, I want to get a nice job, something stable where I can excel more. Hope to open maybe a business after that.
I played varsity soccer. We do indoor soccer, which technically isn't with the school, but it counts, which was cut short. We only did one tournament. I was part of drama club this year. Well, we had 2 plays. We didn't perform the second one. I'm part of student council, National Honor Society, varsity softball, but that got cut short too. Disc golf club. I think that's it. I hope I didn't miss anything. I'm going to Paul Smith College in the Adirondacks to study environmental science. And I'll either graduate from there after 4 years or I'll transfer to SUNY ESF after 2 years, and I would take conservation biology there. I want to get out of New York State. That's like the first big thing. And I want to become like a state or park ranger, national park ranger, or just do any sort of like work with that entails that. It could really be anything. I'll work at a zoo to start off. I really don't care, just as long as it's in that direction, helping with conservation. My dad was always like really into being outdoors. I'd always go camping with him, paddle boating, like all sorts of things. And I know that he'd want me to do it and he'd be proud of me, so.
I started skiing when I was about 3 years old, and I always would play soccer and basketball in my yard and everything. I first started actually snowboarding when I was 7, and I was on racing team. I played soccer, basketball, baseball since 3rd grade, and I've played them continuously. I started playing golf my 8th grade year. The only reason I finished school because I wouldn't have went to school if I didn't have sports. That's honestly the main reason why. I go to BOCES, so I take equipment operation repair. It's like a program where we work on like tractors, 4-wheelers, and like anything you can think of, we work on it. I learned like welding and stuff. My 2 teachers, Mr. Buell and Mr. Tucker, are probably one of the best influences I had, and they made my BOCES like a lot more enjoyable. I plan on working this fall. At the end of the year, I plan on looking at colleges for like a diesel mechanic school. I want to go out west. Well, I'd say go out west, and I want to like travel the world, but I also like want to like start my own business and like work like in a shop or whatever. And I'd like to run machinery a lot more, like excavators, skid steers, backhoes, and all that, because that's something I enjoy. And I also plan on getting my CDL so I can drive dump trucks and whatnot. After a while, like when I probably get in like my 30s, I I want to like settle down, have like a wife, maybe a couple kids, maybe. I don't know if we want kids like me.
I'm part of the club SAD, and before that I was part of FCC LA. I'm part of the band and also National Honor Society I've been part of too. I like pretty much everything, but I like doing like science type classes. Like this year I chose to take forensics, and I like that part. And I also take college classes too. I'm going to Keuka College, and I'm going to study occupational therapy. Occupational therapy is for finer skills like their hands. Sometimes it can do with speech. It can range from kids to like elder people. I chose this field because I wanted to do something that helped other people and I could work with any age. The college is on the Finger Lakes, on one of the lakes. Very small, which I like, and it feels like everybody will know everyone and it's not big and overwhelming. I see myself living in the country, probably with a family. By then I would graduate college and have a job that I would like to do.
I would say that I'm pretty involved. I've played soccer, basketball, and softball pretty much most of my career at Gilboa. This year I was in FCCLA, which is a leadership program that my school has. Also in National Honor Society, which I've been in since 7th grade. My favorite subject would probably be any sort of math or science. Like I'm very, very interested in like chemistry and biology, but I also like really like the whole like numeric thing of just numbers. In the fall, I plan on attending Quinnipiac University, which is in Hanson, Connecticut, and I plan on majoring in nursing. I honestly didn't know what I wanted to do until this year, because years before I always wanted like, oh, like a forensic scientist or like a marine biologist or something, but like recently a lot of like my family has passed away, and like seeing like the nurses and like all the people who have helped them like throughout like their days of like being ill, it like kind of gave me like an like eye-opening to see that these people like do really good things, and I kind of wanted to do that myself. The highlights of my high school experience, they would probably be all of the sporting events, like being able to be a teammate and a friend, and even like being a friend to other people on the other teams, and just being like all together.
I'm in a lot. Club-wise, I'm in National Honor Society, FCCLA, which is Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America. 2 years ago, I was the New York State First Vice President. I'm also in the music department. I'm in band and chorus, and I'm also in the drama club. I also play 3 sports, so I play soccer, basketball, and softball. I was chosen to be the class school scholars. My favorite subject is English. That's what I'm going to school for. And I also like history, and of course the music. Music is a big thing. I sing, and I also play the trombone in the band. There's a lot of things I wanted to do. I've changed my mind a lot, but I'm going to college for multimedia journalism, and I'm a minor in English, and I'm going to attend SUNY Plattsburgh. My main goal is to get my master's degree in library science so I can become a public librarian. So the journalism is kind of like the second choice. I'm really excited to get my master's. That's my main goal.
History. I'm pretty good at history. I don't always do my homework, but like I know quite a lot about the old history subject. And science is pretty fun too. Not really a big fan of English. Math, not really too into numbers and whatnot, but you know. And then of course I'm like gym class here. I enlisted in the United States Marine Corps, so September 8th I'll be leaving and shipping down to Parris Island. I have quite a few family members who have been in the military. A lot of them were in the Marine Corps. When I was in probably 6th grade, I decided that I wanted to go into the Marine Corps, and that's what I was going to do. I'm a sharpshooter. We're kind of redneck where I live, and we got quite a few guns, and we practice shoot quite a bit. I'm a pretty good shot. So I look forward to going through basic training, and then after that I'll go to infantry school, because I haven't gotten my MOS back, which is like your job for the military. I want to join a special forces battalion called the United States Marine Corps Raiders, and there's 3 battalions, and hopefully I'll get into one of them. I've always had long hair, like ever since I was little. I've been rocking low. Yeah, they're gonna shave it off. and the little goatee.
Good afternoon. My name is Jack Etter, and I am the superintendent in the Gilboa-Conesville Central School District. Welcome to our 90th graduation. I would like to welcome our guest, Mr. Fleischman, our school board president, Mr. Savola, our school principal. In addition, we have our 2 senior advisors, Mrs. Wyckoff and Mr. Nicholas, as well as Ms. Van Valkenburg, who is joining us as she has been part of this planning since last July. We also welcome all our family and friends of our graduates, and of course, our most important attendees today, the 2020 Gilboa-Conesville graduates. Randy Pausch, the author of the last lecture, said, "Experience is what you get when you didn't get what you wanted. And experience is often the most valuable thing you have to offer. This class has an abundance of experience to offer." It is wonderful to see you all here in person. We are here to celebrate you, celebrate your accomplishments, celebrate all your hard work from your kindergarten through this strange senior year. Celebrate the friendships you have made and will continue to make as you move on. Now all of us will craft the new normal. But I have been thinking about the old normal. As you know, a big part of my old normal is a pastime I cherish every day and will continue to cherish, and that is my walk and hikes in nature. I believe these walks are actually a metaphor for life, and I want to share some of my thoughts with you. When you walk in the woods, you choose a path. It doesn't have to be the only path. It doesn't even have to be a path someone else created. It's one you choose. You prepare, you bring your water bottle, your sunscreen, and off you go. Please don't watch one foot in front of the other. Bring your eyes up and see what's in front of you. Look up, look around. There's so much to see. It's your choice. You can stay on the path if you can move off. Be curious. If you see something you want to explore, go explore. If you see something or something in harm's way, move off the path. Go and help. It is important to be aware of the needs of others, to aid them when you can. Sure, you may come across some unexpected obstacles. There have been fallen trees, the stream that's now a river, but these are just that, obstacles, not barriers. These are challenges. These are opportunities for you to be inventive, come up with a solution, be a creative problem solver. Don't get discouraged. Go over, under, around, or through. Weigh your options. Make the best choice given the information you have at the time, and don't second guess. All these challenges and the adventures will add to your experiences, whether they are successful or not. So amazing class of 2020, remember, the sun always shines in Gilboa. People will remember this school year for a number of reasons. I will remember this year as my first graduating class as your superintendent, and I could not be prouder of what you have and will accomplish. Stay alert, stay smart, stay compassionate. I have only one request as you start your new adventure, and that is that you keep in touch. Drop by, email, or call. We want to know what you're doing, and we want you to know we're always here to help. Congratulations to all of you, the 2020 graduates. Thank you.